Hello, welcome back, Degenerate Era Podcast. Number 2, second ever episode. I was going to be doing a couple of random things before this video, but time is catching up on us, and considering that WrestleMania 35 is tomorrow night, wanted to get these predictions in before then. So I'm going to run down the matches, just give my 2 cents on who I believe the winner will be. So we're going to start off with one that I can't actually even predict, the Cruiserweight Championship match between Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese. Don't actually watch NXT, so I've no idea what's been going on with these guys. I'm one of those that either I watch a bit of Raw and SmackDown, I'll watch some of the update videos online, but I generally never see NXT, which is a pity actually, because one of my mates just sent me a video this morning or last night. And it was one of these, these kind of package videos that the WWE put together very well. And it had Slipknot's new song on it. I think it's All Out Life. Really cool video, and it was like the advertisement for the NXT, and it looks awesome. They're all jumping about like crazy, different matches, 2 cages next to each other, all this stuff. Looks good with that song on top, because that song fucking bangs. So it's cool to see, even just as a metalhead, the metal back in with the wrestling, because when I first got into the wrestling, although it did take years away from it, but the first time I really got into it was January 2000, and right back then a lot of the guys, or some of the guys, they had the Rob Zombie as a theme tune, or Power Man 5000, stuff like that. So I got into heavier music through watching wrestling, so it's kind of cool seeing the heavy come back onto the wrestling, much like Marilyn Manson and the Beautiful People that used to be SmackDown's theme tune back in the day when they had that big fist for the set. Anyway, Cruiserweight match, I don't really know, can't say anything on that one. So I'm going to start off with the men's Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant arm bar, whatever the hell it is they call it. So take a quick rundown of who's in this match. There's so many people in these matches, it's crazy. You got Braun Strowman, Michael Che and Colin Jost. I think that I take it this is that Saturday Night Live people or whatever. They've got this weird thing with Braun. I hate that crap. You got Braun, he looks like a monster. The dude must be about 20 foot tall. Last year he won the tag team championships at WrestleMania with that kid, Nicholas. This year he's got this whole weird comedy thing going on with these guys. I don't know. Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, a whole load of random people. Actually a lot of people from Raw, not too many people from SmackDown. One thing that also bugs me about these matches is, and especially this is going to come on to when we talk about the tag matches, is that like in the tag matches you have people just chucked together with these random groups, and then when it comes to these cobbled together pre-show matches, you've got people like Matt and Jeff Hardy in that match. I would have rather have seen the guys in the men's SmackDown tag match if that had been made, say, a ladder match, or someone to sort of elevate the belts, elevate that match, make it look seem special, seem better, or more worthy, like it used to be back in the day. I suppose when the Hardys were at the prime or whatever, but still, I don't know. I'm just going to go with Braun Strowman on this. You hear whispers of like, I don't know, people returning, interfering, something. I don't know. I'm just going with Braun Strowman because, well, why wouldn't you? They've made Apollo Crews look really good on Raw the last couple of weeks there, but the WWE and their fucking savage 50-50 booking. Apollo Crews looks good for the first time in a while on Raw for a couple of weeks, and no doubt he'll probably be the first. I would not be surprised if he was one of the first out, put it that way. Anyway, Women's Battle Royal, much the exact same. You've got the likes of the Riot Squad in this match. You've got Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who I think are way underused, underutilised, underappreciated, whatever you want to say. And again, when you look at the women's tag match, you've got these cobbled together tag teams like Natalya and Beth Phoenix, just because Beth's coming back. Natalya, probably because of who she is, they want her on the card. So you've got these tag teams are in this battle royal, just being chucked in there for the sake of it. When it comes to a tag match, not actually any real tag teams. So it kind of, that crap bums me out. Who's going to win the female battle royal? I'm going for Lacey Evans. Not even down as being in the match yet, but she comes down, or she comes out on Raw anyway, does that little walkabout thing, dressed like a 40s pin-up, pisses off again. Nothing happens. Maybe this is what it's been leading to. Maybe for all that, it's meant to just, to tease people so that she can come out of WrestleMania, do her walkabout, throw someone out at the very end, and the next thing she's won. So I'll go with Lacey Evans for that. Quickly jump onto the tag matches now. So we'll start with the men's tag team. So you've got the Usos, Jey and Jimmy Uso versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, who have looked awesome from NXT. They've came up the last few weeks. They look really good. You've got the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, and then you've got Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, which has got to be one of the dumbest tag teams ever. I don't always chime into this stuff, but the last it did, I'm pretty sure that Rusev wanted to murder Nakamura for, knocking out his wife or something, and next thing they're best mates fighting together against some random crap. I don't know. Are they going to chuck the tag titles on Ricochet and Aleister Black already? I don't know. It'd maybe be cool if they did, because they have looked awesome and strong since they came up. But at the same time, maybe give them a wee bit longer to sort of get, to build up their prestige or whatever. So I think I'm just going to stick with the Usos coming out of this one. In fact, I'm going to do the same with the Raw tag titles as well. The Revival versus Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Again, hearing murmurs, Curt Hawkins is on about a 10,000 match lose streak. Some people have been seem to think that this is going to be where he ends that lose streak, but I don't know. I like the idea that if he is going to ever end that losing streak, that would be on a singles match. Plus the Revival, they've been getting out of sticky situations on Raw recently to hold on to their titles. I would like to just see them hold on to them a wee bit longer. Do that kind of that almost like that good heel kind of tag team where they're getting away with it once in a while, but I want to see them win a match as well. They need to look strong. If they keep winning just out of luck, then the tag titles look like crap, kind of like when the B team had it. So, tag team titles I'm going with, they're staying the same. And another reason I'm doing that is because when it comes to some of the titles later on, I think there's going to be a few title changes, and I don't think they're going to change them all. So I think on the pre-show, the tag matches, the titles are staying the same. On to the main card. I'll start with Roman v Drew. This should be a decent match. Roman's good, Drew's pretty awesome. The Scottish Terminator, or the Scottish Psychopath, or the Scottish any other silly word in here to make that big scary fucking dude sound even scarier. Not that he needs it, no way. Anyway, this is a wee bit of a tough one because Drew's been on that upward climb for a while now. He's looked really awesome. He's looked strong. Even through all that crap, the Dogs of War and all that nonsense when he was with Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin, as if any of the dudes will really have. Well, Baron maybe not as much so, but Drew doesn't look like he's really needed any backup. He had Dolph Ziggler to come in and to get his foot in there, but really it was all about himself. Braun's Braun. He's 5 times the size of the next biggest guy. So anyway, if it wasn't for Roman's recent condition, time off work, recovery and return, I would probably have been leaning to a Drew McIntyre win here, but I just don't see Roman finally losing at WrestleMania with it being literally just a month or so after he comes back from his fight with leukemia. So I am going for a Roman Reigns win on this. Joe v. Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio, US title match. I'm not even sure if this one's still going ahead. Rey was injured last week on Raw, apparently. On some inside scoops or whatever that I've been hearing, it might be a work. It could all be just for show. So I don't know. I love Samoa Joe. I think he's awesome. I don't want him to lose his title this soon. And Rey Mysterio really does not need that title. If Joe comes out strong against Rey, who's still awesome, that dude, I don't know what age Rey Mysterio is right now, but he has been jumping about like a nutter for many a year. Him and Jeff Hardy, those guys are pretty hardcore. They don't seem to slow down as they're getting on. I'm gonna go with Joe win. I think Joe chokes out Rey with that clutch thing, whatever he calls it. Never hear that and pronounce it properly. But I'm going with a Joe win, both because I want him to and because I think it makes sense. I think if he comes out after beating Ray, he looks strong. That goes on well moving forward. Next up, we'll do Lashley versus Finn Balor. I think it's meant to be the Demon Finn Balor. And about time. I actually never ever saw the Demon, apart from when it came out last year. I can't remember what event that was actually that Finn Balor brought the Demon persona back out of retirement. It was only for that one night. I was kind of disappointed because I'd never ever seen it before. When I got back into watching the wrestling, this had already came and went and it was done. I want to see it come back. That one time it came back, it was really cool. Gives that kind of bit of mystique. And honestly, I don't know. Lashley bores me to tears. If it is indeed the Demon and it doesn't go over, then what is the point? I hope that comes back and that then is the platform for Finn Balor to retain Intercontinental title. That's my prediction. Balor to go over Lashley. Next one up, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. This really could be one of the matches of the night, I think. Both AJ is awesome. Randy, when he wants to, gets into the match, he puts on a good match. But then again, on the shoe another foot, he's one of those guys that it would seem that when he can't be arsed, he can't be arsed, and he'll just drag on through it. So I'm hoping that this is a better match than, say, last year where you got AJ and Nakamura. That was phoned in a wee bit, so I'm hoping this is a better match, and it's a hard one to think who's actually going over. However, just because of some of my other predictions, and I think that the card's probably going to kind of even out rather than having all faces or all heels or even a vast majority one way or the other, I am going to go for a Randy Orton win. I think the heel's going over on this one. Things round about it. Yeah, I think Orton's going to have this. Hopefully this whole feud will continue on and it ends up, they have a, I don't know, no holds barred, false count anywhere, Hell in a Cell, whatever, they've been through this a million times. So, yeah, hopefully an Orton win would be my prediction, and then somewhere down the line, whether it's, I don't even know the next events actually, next pay-per-views, so Orton to win, see what happens down the line. I think actually I forgot to go back and do the female tag match. I got so hung up on the idea that the tag match is full of chucked together bloody teams. Yeah. The female tag match, you've got Bayley and Sasha Banks, you've got Beth Phoenix and Natalya, you've got the Iconics, which is Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, two of the most annoying people on the planet, which makes them really good at their job, because I'm sure they're fucking really cool in real life, but goddamn are they annoying when they get in that ring, that accent, the demeanour, the whole thing. I would actually like to see them win it. I would like to see them win it just because they're a real tag team for a start, and they've been going at it for a while, and they're kind of good at their job. They're unbearable, which they should be. And then you've got Nia Jax and Tamina, who are really, oh no, I don't know. I'm just going to go with they're keeping it on Bayley and Sasha. I would like to see the Iconics win, but I'm going with Bayley and Sasha. Anyway, back to the rest of the card going forward. We've got Curt Angle versus Baron Corbin. I just don't see Kurt Angle's last match being a defeat to Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Kurt Angle's winning that match. I don't know if there's going to be any rubbish surrounding it, but that's my bet anyway. Corbin can suffer that defeat and not really bother him. Kurt Angle's going out. Surely they're not going to give him a loss on the way out. We'll see what happens. So it's a WWE after all. They do crazy shit. Next up, Shane McMahon versus The Miz. This has been pretty fun, I like this. I don't even mind Shane McMahon. The McMahons for years and years and years have had that chronic habit of chucking themselves on telly left, right and centre, which is fair enough. It's their damn company, it's their product. Put your face wherever you want it, right? But Shane's always, once in a while, he comes out of that kind of backstage role or whatever it is he does in the company. In fact, I think Shane maybe has his own work outside the company as well now. Might be wrong on that, don't know. Either way, he'll come out of match retirement once in a while, and he always ends up doing stupid shit. He's either jumping off cages, jumping off cells, falling off a Titantrons, being thrown through glass. I don't know. I expect that match to be pretty good. The Miz is going over. Shane's gonna lie down. He's coming out to make the Miz look good, but I fully expect that something crazy is going to happen. Miz to win. Next up, Shane's favourite brother-in-law, probably must be his only brother-in-law actually, unless they've got secret siblings that we don't hear of. In fact, I think they maybe have. Have they not got a sibling that they don't talk a lot about? He doesn't do the whole public thing. I think I might be right with that. Triple H, Batista, it's all on the line. You've got Big Dave coming back from Hollywood. You've got Big Paul coming in for dinner at Vince McMahon's house. I think it's no holds barred, and if Triple H loses, he has been retired. His career wrestling in the ring over. Don't see it happening. It's kind of weird because Triple H can be has been a selfish bastard over the years at times, but you look at what he's doing for the company now, whether it's NXT or just, when there are the odd time that he'll put people over, and he's actually put quite a few people over at WrestleMania, I think, through the years. So, I don't know. I would kind of thought that Batista would have been going over here, but at the same time, with the stipulation... But then again, when do these stipulations ever stay in place? Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair for 5 minutes. The Undertaker retired Shawn Michaels for 5 years or whatever, and then they had that pretty horrible looking match at Crown Jewel last year. I don't know, I'm going with Triple H on this. I think Dave's coming back just for one last, play a bit. He's coming back, he wants to get in front of everyone, he's going to make probably a lot of money, and he's getting his face out there a wee bit more, and then he's running back to Hollywood. Triple H winning. So then we're on to the last three, or the main title matches. You've got the SmackDown WWE Heavyweight Championship, you've got the Raw WWE Universal Championship, and then you've got the Women's both championships in the main event. And I hope the main event actually is the main event, not as in, this is the main match on the card, but actually the last match on the card. I think it was CM Punk back, in fact it was CM Punk back in the day. Triple H had told him backstage at one of his matches at WrestleMania was the best match on the card. Can't remember the card, the match, nor what WrestleMania it was. And Triple H had said to Punk that, that was the best match on the card. That was the main event. And Punk's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? We weren't on last. The main event is always last. There's only one main event. And I get that. I agree with that. The main event's the last card. I'd like to see the triple threat as the actual last match. Anyway, Brock v Seth Rollins. Surely Seth Rollins is winning, right? I'm going with Seth. Seth's winning that belt. If Seth Rollins does not win that belt, there could be riots. That title has to come back onto Raw. I don't even dislike Brock Lesnar. I'm actually a big fan of the UFC. Brock's okay. I totally get what he's up to. That dude can pretty much lay down his demands. He can do what he wants. He's making a hell of money. The ball is always in his court, but that title should not be. That title has to come back onto Raw because it was so ridiculous last year. Was it last year? Where Roman won that belt? Yeah, it was. And it was actually that kind of feel-good thing. At the time, no one wanted Roman to win the belt, but he at least brought it back to Raw. And then obviously had that time off, and the belt went right back to Lesnar, and it was back to square one, where what the hell is the entire card fighting for when the champion is sitting at home, no watching the show, probably doing nothing. So, Seth Rollins going over Brock, I expect it to be an awesome match, much like Brock versus Daniel Bryan was. That was a great match. Get so bored of just watching Brock Lesnar being treated like an actual Terminator, that he can just destroy everything. I get it, the guy is a former UFC heavyweight world champion, but that doesn't mean that he's infallible. He has lost fights in his life. So, Seth Rollins is going over. Kofi and Daniel Bryan. Now, this is the kind of thing where, really at the end of the journey, you want to see Kofi Kingston win that title. It would be a great end to the story arc, from 10, 11 years in the company, always in that kind of mid-card area in the roster, but to then go through all the trials and tribulations of the last few months on SmackDown and to continually get put down to end up in the title picture at WrestleMania. What a great moment it would be for Kofi to win that title. And it would be good to see. However, because of like I said earlier, the way that I think that quite a few of these titles are going to change, there's going to be one or two that won't, obviously. And I am actually going to go. I'm just going to, again, this is maybe me thinking with my heart rather than head. Head says Kofi wins, but my heart wants to see Kofi lose, not because I want to necessarily see Daniel Bryan win, but what if the New Day turned on Kofi? Kofi's then an even bigger superface, and then you've got Big E and Xavier Woods are going to be two big heels. And when you throw that into the side where you've got Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, shout out to Eric Rowan, who puts on a new metal band t-shirt every single episode of SmackDown. That's awesome. I like that. Anyway, that's not necessarily a faction there, but you've got a good stable of bad guys, whatever. And then Kofi could go on to win the title down the line. It would be an even bigger moment for him. Fair enough, not on the grandest stage, but if they played it outright, it could kind of be a wee bit like back in the day, WrestleMania 2000. I think that was WrestleMania 16. The Rock, Mick Foley, Triple H, Big Show, a McMahon in every corner. Rock gets screwed out the title, wins it a month later at Backlash, with Stone Cold Steve Austin coming in to make the save. I remember watching that with my wee brother in the middle of the night. Our parents never let us up to watch it, but we set an alarm, we done it quietly. Anyway, when The Rock won that title, it was awesome, trying to celebrate but be quiet, not to wake the parents up. If they'd done that kind of thing with Kofi now, screw him out the title tomorrow night at WrestleMania, have him win it, even just for a few weeks or a month or whatever, at the next PPV. I would like to see that. I'm going with Daniel Bryan win. Plus, I like Daniel Bryan as the champion. He's awesome. He's a bad guy. The heat that he got on SmackDown last week there, the send-off show, that was intense. That crowd are on top of him. Really, really good. Main event time. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Ronda Rousey, obviously, the Raw Women's Champion. And then Becky Lynch, the Man. Great name, especially nowadays. I'm surprised I've not seen some weird shit online about how that's, how dare the nickname for a female be the Man. Could hear it right now, but I've not even seen it. Surprised. Anyway, I think this is going to be awesome. I mean, everyone involved's pretty awesome. I'm glad Ronda's a heel now, or has been for a wee while, because it pissed me off to no end when she arrived in WWE, and for like the first 9 months, every time she came to that ring, she had that big cheesy grin on. And fair enough, Ronda, it's cool to be happy to be here, but she looked like a fan every time. So I'm glad that she's playing more a character now, and that she is that bad guy. Becky Lynch doing her coolest new age Stone Cold Steve Austin persona. It's all good. And Charlotte Flair's obviously awesome in there. Did she need to be in that title match? No, she never needed to be, but as if the WWE are going to have WrestleMania and not have Charlotte Flair on the main card. Look at the state of Asuka and our SmackDown title, women's title run there for a wee while. I don't even know how long it was. Blink and you miss it. Title's off of her. It's back in the main event at WrestleMania, and now at Winner Take All, Becky Lynch is winning, right? Becky Lynch has to win. This is Becky's time to win. Kofi's time isn't to win yet. Kofi can win next month. Becky wins tomorrow. So that is all the predictions for WrestleMania. I plan on sitting up to watch the show. I will probably sleep through most of it. My sleep pattern is always all over the place. I'll probably then end up having to watch most of it the next day. But the plan is to watch it. So, anyone hearing this, seen this, what do you think? What are your predictions? Do you think my predictions are way off? Are they some right, some wrong? I don't know. What do you think? One other thing, actually, that I just remembered, and it ties into why I think there's going to be a bit of... it's WrestleMania. There's always crazy stuff happening at WrestleMania. There's probably going to be a band playing live as well. There's all that kind of weird stuff. Triple H probably got to come down in a jumbo jet instead of a trike motor Harley with Stephanie McMahon dressed in Terminator dominatrix attire and all that nonsense. two guys that are rumoured to be at WrestleMania. Big Game John Cena with his weird lightning fist finishing move, along with his other 5 only moves that he's ever done. And Undertaker. Undertaker's a cool one because, as far as I'm aware, right up to the point of me recording this, there's not actually been any news that the Undertaker's confirmed, but Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, has been seen in New Jersey, which is just across the bay from where WrestleMania's been held. So the belief is that, he's in the area. The belief is he's going to be backstage, so we don't know if there's going to be anything there. And John Cena, and one of the cool things with John Cena was his debut on WWE TV was against Kurt Angle. So I'm wondering if John Cena's going to make an appearance and come out at that match. I don't know. He's maybe going to come out and, he'll maybe come out and cost Kurt Angle the match by attacking Baron Corbin, but then he'll have a send-off match with Kurt Angle, and if that does happen, I have no idea who would win that. Kurt Angle, hopefully. I want to see Kurt win. I like Kurt. Kurt's awesome. You suck and all that. So, anyway, that's a wee bit of predictions, a wee bit of chat about the inside scoop that I've been hearing about WrestleMania, who's maybe going to be there, what's going on, I don't know. What do you all think? Are you going to stop and watch it? If you do, hope you enjoy it. If you don't, well, who gives a shit? Anyway, that's the end of that. Thank you for listening. If you got this far, give a wee like and a subscribe if you want. More random chat content will be coming soon. Talking about everything, could be anything. Peace.